Hey, Alec here. In this video, I'm going to be looking at Dayo's profile, one of my viewers who requested me to look at his profile. He's a front-end developer, so I'm going to look at every part of his profile to see what needs to be improved. If you want me to make a similar video like this for your profile, let me know in the comments. So first thing I'm noticing is that your profile picture, Dayo, I hope I'm pronouncing your name well. If I'm not, I really apologize. But yeah, your profile picture really gives a good first impression. I love it. It's a great smile. The lighting is good. The background color fits pretty well. I like it. And it's also a design that's very similar to what many successful freelancers use with colored backgrounds like this. A lot of them use yellow colors, yellow related colors. And what you did there is a great picture, great expression, great lighting with a design that's proven to work because a lot of successful freelancers do it. So you did a great job there. You did your research, which I like. You also listen to some of the things I say, apparently, because you've made a lot of, you've made variants of your profile. I like that. Not many people do this, and it's really good for your SEO. It really helps you to get more clicks on your profile. I'm not sure I'm going to go through both of your profiles. I'm going to start by the general profile, and maybe I'm going to look at the front-end development specialized profile afterward. But one of the things that I want to mention is that even though you are a front-end developer and you know, your general profile is just a general profile about front-end development, you still used a specialized profile, made a variant for front-end development, even though that's what your general profile is already about. That's a great practice for your SEO, but what I would recommend is that you also make another one for one of your specializations. For example, maybe you could do one for a specialized profile for a React.js developer or TypeScript developer or something like that, allowing you to get more profile views over the long run. Like, leverage all your available profile variants. Use as many as you can. Next, total earnings, $25. Great. You've had a job on Upwork. That's awesome. You have already proven to yourself that Upwork works, and you've done whatever you've done successfully enough to get your first job, which is great. So hours per week as needed, that's fine. Native or bilingual in English. If that's true, that's amazing. Yoruba, that's great. Oh, so you went to university. That's awesome. That's a great thing. I hope you talk about it somewhere in your profile description, because that's one of the things that helps you stand out and helps you look professional and establish credibility and establish the fact that you are trustworthy. Because one of the main things that you want to do with your profile is that you want to show clients that they can trust you with their money and that you will deliver good results. So having a good profile with, for example, things like a university degree or other achievements that you can talk about, those are the things that establish trustworthiness and credibility. And think about it, you're a front-end developer. Your clients tend to hire you for long projects that the total project is a project with a high budget. Like, sometimes I used to work as a front-end developer. Nowadays, I do more design. I don't code as much, but when I do websites. But all websites, all apps that you can build as a front-end developer are all big projects, and these are projects that can sell for thousands of dollars, where the client ends up having to pay a lot of money. So you're not basically creating a project that the client is only going to pay $100 or $50. So it forces you to establish more trust and demonstrate that you are an expert that they can trust, because it's harder for them to justify spending a high amount of money, because, you know, they're going to be more afraid to lose that money if you do a bad job than if it's just $50 or something like that. And as a developer, oftentimes you have access to some of their personal information or access to their passwords and other things that make them maybe not want to risk hiring you. And so you really have to leverage all you have to establish some credibility. I'm saying this not necessarily just for you. I realize like this video is something that many people are going to watch. So that's why I'm talking about this. I'm not saying in any way that you're necessarily not doing a good job in that axis. But yeah, I'm going to look at the rest of your profile to see that later. But having a university degree, a bachelor of science, medical laboratory science. Okay, so it's great, but it's not computer science. So yeah, maybe it's not necessarily the best thing to talk about in your profile description. I take back what I said, but hopefully for a lot of other people who have degrees in relevant fields, you're going to be you're going to be able to learn from this video from what I said earlier. So linked account, you have a GitHub. Okay. I think I'm going to try to see it. It's really a great picture. I love it. Okay, with a lot of contributions. Yeah, overall, you look like you are a competent developer from what I've seen so far from just this part, which is very limited, and the title that I've looked at, which is very limited. But so far, you give me a good first impression, and the profile picture, again, is really, really good. So I'm going to go with employment history first. I tend to forget it. So front-end developer, oh, good. You've worked since 2021, so you have a lot of years of experience. I hope you talk about that in your profile description. And software engineer, that's amazing. Product designer, that's also pretty good. And you have two more, front-end developer. So you have a lot of experience in the field. So you've been here since 2020. So yeah, you're no longer a beginner, you're an intermediate. So I hope you classify yourself as intermediate when you're on your profile and when you apply to jobs. So skills, you're using a lot of skills, which is what I recommend because it's better for SEO, which is how high you appear in search results and also how high your proposals appear when you apply to jobs. So, and also how much you get recommended to clients when they get a list of freelancers they can invite to their jobs. Let's look now at your title. Your title is very good. You're following the best practices, exactly how I recommend. You're doing a great job, and I love it. Your hourly rate is decent. It's a great hourly rate to get started with your first couple of jobs before you get your first couple of 5-star reviews. And it's much better than some people who go with $7 or $10 an hour. At least you respect yourself. $20 an hour is completely fine. But within a couple of months, I think you should raise it up to something like 35 or 40 or something like that. Maybe after you've got like 4 or 5-star reviews, you can start increasing it. You can start maybe increasing it by maybe $7 every time you get 5-star reviews. That would be a good estimation. So let's read this. I'm a front-end developer with extensive expertise in React.js, Next.js, Tailwind.js, and TypeScript. I have dedicated my career to building products that look amazing, are inclusive, user-friendly, and work seamlessly. Okay, that's a good sentence. Maybe I would rephrase it so that the most powerful things are closer to the start of your sentence, because clients only read a couple of words unless the first couple of words that you say in your first sentence hooks them. They're not going to read the rest. But the more powerful your first couple of words can be, the more likely it is that they read the next. So what I would do is I would cut a part of this sentence. Everything you communicate there is relevant. However, you've already said in your title that you are a front-end developer. So you don't have to say I'm a front-end developer. They already know that. So what you want to do is maybe start with the word with. With my extensive expertise in React.js, Next.js, Tailwind, CSS, whatever, instead of a dot here, you use a comma, and you continue this sentence. So you turn these two sentences into just one sentence that starts with. So, or maybe something like, my extensive expertise in React.js, Next.js, and all these technologies allow me to build products that build amazing looking products that are inclusive, user-friendly, and work seamlessly. There's many ways to phrase this. Try a couple of them and see what feels best for you. But I feel like if you started with what comes after the fact that you say you're a front-end developer is going to give you probably a better click-through rate on your profile, because these first couple of words are don't feel really interesting to the client, because they already know that from reading your job title. So here's what set me apart. Okay, I don't like the way that you format this. I find it weird that you have a title, but you have some sort of bullet point list, but there's paragraph breaks between all of them. So what I would like for you to do is that you put this line here, here's what sets me apart, and you put it in bold characters, okay? You might have to use special characters to be able to put them into bold characters. If you struggle with that, you can go on Google to see how to do that, but there's a possibility to turn characters into bold characters on Upwork. So, and what I would do then is that remove the space between these two lines here, remove the space between these two lines here, and remove the space between these two lines here, and possibly change these dashes with bullet points or other emojis that look really good. But overall, like, it still looks pretty professional. So I don't just code, I design. That's great. Okay, I'm curious to see how much you're going to push that in the rest of your profile. My focus is on building user interfaces. I love your vocabulary that are not only visually appealing, but also prioritize responsiveness. I'm also going to stop here and say that your English is very good so far. I love that. It's also going to reassure clients that you are going to understand what they ask you. So that's one of the big problems on Upwork. Clients often, experienced clients struggle, don't want to hire freelancers that don't have a perfect English or near perfect English, because they've had bad experiences where they have asked a freelancer to do something and the freelancer did something else. For example, I hired a person to give me a list of phone numbers of companies that I can call to offer my web development services. So I asked her to give me a list of companies that had bad websites so I can do their website. But what the freelancer understood is, hey, I'm looking for a list of companies that offer web development. So she sent me a list of web development companies. So it's absolutely useless to me because I'm a web developer. I'm not going to call web development agencies to offer my services. And, you know, it sounds really weird because she completely understood it the wrong way, but you know, it's still the same word that she understood. It's just the meaning of the sentence that she got wrong. And I've had so many bad experiences hiring freelancers who look like they have good English but did not understand. And many clients also have that bad experience. And I'm just going to say that just the fact that you have good English, almost perfect English, sets you apart. And the fact that you're using this good vocabulary with sentences that all make sense, you clearly look like you took your time to really work hard on this text, which everyone can do, but most people don't. Really, it's a really good profile so far, just based on that and based on the first impression that you get. Like, really, you did a good job. And I think many people watching this, maybe your English is not the best, but with AI and many tools, you can review your text and ask AI to edit your text to make it even better. And if your English is not really good and your sentences don't make that much sense or feel awkward because of the order in which you put the words or the word that you use that, you know, are not words that most native speakers would use AI, use tools to make your sentences look like what Dayo here did, because man, God, dude, you did a really good job there. So Prioritize responsiveness, usability, and accessibility for all. I also optimize SEO to enhance visibility and drive organic traffic. Listen, you also clearly look like you understand what big companies look like, the companies who typically pay the most money on Upwork, which are companies that make invite-only jobs. You have a profile that talks to what they care about, for example, usability and accessibility. And the thing is that these people who hire freelancers are not necessarily business owners. They are executives that need to please a board of directors or please their boss. And the way that you sell yourself to them is by giving them the information they need to sell you to their boss, who have targets for making their company look inclusive and all that sort of thing, and other different targets. And you're understanding one way that you can stand out to this type of client. The problem is that at the point you're at, these types of clients will not find your profile yet. However, keep using that kind of communication when you are going to be 1, 2, or 3 years down the line, and it's probably going to help you a lot. Next, my websites are built for speed. That's great. That's great. You understand what your clients are looking for. I love that. I optimize them rigorously, ensuring a smooth user journey and minimizing bounce rates. Wow, you understand what people who are looking for a good SEO are looking for. I believe in empowering others. That's why I create sitesnap.design. You created this website. And albumcolors.co to inspire fellow creatives. Okay, I'm going to look at these sites to see that. You're sort of putting your portfolio there, which is interesting. I've never seen really much people do that. But, okay. So, yes, what you built there looks pretty good so far. It's the site speed on this site so far is not really impressive. So maybe it's not the best website to put forward when you just sold the fact that you create good site speed. Maybe you're going to have to think about that or increase the speed of this website. But, when it comes to visuals and design, this looks pretty good. I'm also going to look at the other website here, and these sorts of details, you really have to be careful about these, because those are the things that clients might be thinking, okay, he said that he makes websites with good site speed, but the website he shows me that is kind of a website he built has bad site speed. So can I trust him on anything else he's saying? Is he a liar? Or, I'm also struggling with the site speed a little bit on this one. But yeah, visually, this is great. So maybe I would not put them in your description if there's problems with the site speed. Because you don't want people to go through these websites and it kind of invalidating what you just said and decreasing your level of credibility. But you can keep these websites in your portfolio where there is not going to be a site speed issue, and many clients are not going to see the actual site speed, and so they're not going to be put off by that, and might increase your conversion rate. Next, I take great satisfaction in being approachable and hardworking. I love that, and your profile picture does show approachability and competence, which is great. So, who can easily communicate with clients and comprehend their needs. That's great. My commitment lies in crafting flawless user interfaces and offering outstanding solutions while preserving a welcoming and error-free work atmosphere. Okay. I'm always eager to learn and collaborate on new projects. Let's build something amazing together. So I want to talk a little bit about this sentence here. I usually I criticize profiles I look at for saying this sort of thing. Basically, a lot of profiles I see say that they stand out because they care about their clients, they're good with their communication, they care about the client satisfaction, they care about understanding them, they care about not making errors. And the reason I'm not going to criticize you for this is that you talk about the same things. However, you're not saying this is the thing that sets you apart. You're kind of using it as a bonus, but you are saying that the things that set you apart are the fact that you design, the fact that you build for speed, and those, I think, are the two things that make you look that set you apart. And so most people, they don't have these other things that they share that really makes them, that sets them apart. And they're basically just saying, hey, you should hire me because I really care. And what you're doing is very different. You're saying basically the same sort of thing. I really care. I'm hardworking. You're going to have a good experience for me. But you're not saying you should hire me because of this. You're saying you should hire me because I am incredibly competent, because I can design and I can build for speed. Hiring me is going to give you a good, you're going to get a great product. But on top of that, hey, if you're struggling to choose between me and another freelancer who's also really competent, maybe you should also think about the fact that I'm approachable and hardworking, and your profile picture helps you seem friendly and approachable. And when clients need to choose between different good candidates, and they really can't decide, oftentimes the person that looks the friendliest is going to be the person who gets chosen. So I love the way that you're using this. You're not using the fact that you are approachable and good with communication, fun to work with, and that you care about your clients as your main thing that makes you stand out, but you're still using it as a benefit. So yeah, I love that. So your work in progress, build MVP of a healthcare startup, create product excellence. I'm not sure I like the title of this job because it's not clear what you're doing, but at least it sounds like it's sort of related to tech stuff. So it's not too bad. So portfolio, let's look at that. It's a great looking website. And what you did, okay, so you might want to spend a little bit of time to make your project description longer, to share what you did in that project and what you've learned. For example, just saying I worked on this site does not tell to the client that you have maybe done the design. They might be thinking, okay, he worked on it, but what did he do? Is this design something he did himself, or did he take the design from someone else and make it? Like, the clients need to know what you did and what they can, how, because if they don't know what you did, how can they evaluate whether or not you did a good job on your portfolio items? So maybe think about that. So full stack developer, full stack developer does not necessarily mean, for example, web designer. So that's why these specifications can help you make it more clear to the client and help you establish more credibility. So album colors, another website, full stack developer. That's great. It's great looking. Yeah, you're basically talking about what the website is about, but that's not what clients are interested in. They don't want to know what your previous clients' company did. They want to know what you do. So that's when you want to talk about. You want to spend less time sharing what the websites you build communicate to their clients. You want to instead communicate what you did to build these websites. So yeah, that's the site we've seen earlier. I like this design. It's cool. Oh, that's a good user dashboard. All right. One thing I want to say, I think that on your first page, you have a lot of websites that look similar. They're all white. And at the second page, you have a lot of websites that look different. And what I would say is possibly take maybe this one at the left here and try to put it on the first page so that you have more visual variety in your portfolio. Because I feel like for example, the fonts in these different designs, the way the letters look, different calligraphy for people who don't understand the term font. It feels like if we only look at these three websites in your portfolio here, it kind of looks like you only use one sort of visual design. And I like the fact that you could use one of the websites on the second page here to demonstrate that you are able to create websites with a lot of different styles of design, and you can adapt yourself to the different companies of your clients. So yeah, I would use this. And I think that's everything for your general profile. Now let's look at your website specialized in front-end development, sorry. So, okay, so you've had job, yeah, that's probably the job from earlier. Yeah, that looks like it's the job from earlier. Okay. Okay, so you have a different description here. React.js front-end developer. Okay, that's great. You do have a specialized profile for technology, so that's awesome. Exactly what I recommended earlier. The rest of your profile is identical. Maybe put a little bit more in your portfolio if you've made more than one project using this technology. And yeah, so let's look at the description here. Hi, my name is Dayo Awobeku. Again, if I don't pronounce it well, I'm really sorry about that. And I am a front-end developer with a year of professional experience. I think you have more now. So what I'm seeing is that this description is maybe not up to date. So maybe you should work on this one. Because anytime you're going to apply to a job that's related to React.js, you want to use this profile. And the more up-to-date and the more, I guess, professional it looks, the more it's going to help you get jobs. Otherwise, you can apply with your normal profile. But then what's the point of having specialized profiles? Because if your specialized profile isn't that professional, people who are going to click on your profile are probably not going to convert to clients anyway. So, you know, I understand like building profiles on Upwork is a lot of work, and just building one profile is big, and building two if maybe feels like a lot of work. But honestly, the only thing that you have to add, I think, is just another description. All the rest, you still have this from your general profile, and all the rest looks really good. So I would spend time. I recommend building a good description for this specialized profile. But overall, you did a really good job. I think that if you keep working hard and apply to a lot of jobs and keep using this level of attention to detail, you're going to be a successful freelancer. And I look forward to see your profile again, if you want, in a couple of months or years, because I think you have a lot of potential on this platform. So yeah, I hope you found this video helpful. If you have questions, you can ask me in the comments. With that, I wish you a great day. Take care.